Let's be real, women get compliments all the time. You're beautiful. I love your eyes. You look amazing in that dress. But guess what? Most of those compliments are forgettable. They're surface level, safe, predictable. And predictable doesn't spark desire. Predictable doesn't create obsession. If you want a woman to fall for you, not just physically, but emotionally, you've got to go deeper. You've got to touch the parts of her she doesn't even know are craving recognition. In this video, I'm giving you 8 powerful compliments, backed by attraction psychology, that make women emotionally addicted to you. These aren't lines, they're keys to unlock her inner world. So let's dive in. 1. The way your mind works is fascinating. Most men talk about a woman's body, but her mind, that's sacred ground. When you tell a woman that her thoughts, the way she processes the world, the connections she makes are fascinating, you're not just complimenting her intelligence, you're showing her that you actually listen, that you see her, that her inner world matters. Why is this so powerful? Because most women feel invisible when it comes to their ideas. They're told they're beautiful, sexy, cute, but rarely does anyone stop to acknowledge how sharp, curious, or original they are. Saying the way your mind works is fascinating sparks something primal in her. It tells her, you're not just beautiful, you're rare. It creates a psychological imprint because now she associates you with feeling deeply understood. When a woman feels intellectually recognized, she starts craving your presence, not for how you look, but for how you make her feel about herself. This is how emotional attraction begins, by valuing what's often overlooked. Say it when she shares a new idea, a unique opinion, or a creative perspective. Say it slowly. Let her feel that you're not just saying it, you mean it. 2. You make people around you feel better without even trying. This compliment hits different. It's not about looks, fashion, or even her talents. It's about her energy, her emotional presence. When you say, you make people feel better without even trying, you're acknowledging her impact, the way her presence lifts a room. It tells her that she's magnetic, that being around her isn't just enjoyable, it's healing. This taps into what psychologists call emotional contagion. Some people change the emotional temperature of a space just by showing up. When she knows you notice that, she feels seen in a way few men can offer. This isn't flattery. This is emotional recognition. Say this when you're with her and the group's energy shifts. When people start laughing more. Or when someone says, she just makes things feel lighter. Look her in the eye and say, you don't even realize how much better people feel when you're around. It'll stop her in her tracks, because that's not just a compliment, it's a revelation. And here's the kicker. Once she hears that from you, she'll want to be around you more, because you made her feel powerful in the most subtle, soulful way. That's how attraction works. It starts where she least expects it. 3. There's a strength in you most people would miss. Most men praise a woman's sweetness, her softness, her smile. But what about her resilience? What about the strength it takes to hold herself together when the world tries to pull her apart? When you tell a woman, there's a strength in you most people would miss, you're cutting through every surface-level compliment she's ever heard. You're telling her, I see the battles you fight in silence. I see the calm behind the storm. I see you. This kind of recognition touches something ancient inside her, because every woman, no matter how composed she appears, carries weight on her shoulders that no one sees. This compliment tells her she's not invisible. It tells her you're not intimidated by her power. You respect it. And that respect, that's the foundation of emotional connection. Say it when she shares a challenge she's navigating, a difficult choice she made, or simply how she kept going despite chaos. Look at her, grounded, and say, there's a quiet strength in you most people overlook. But I don't. She will never forget that moment, because in a world obsessed with beauty, you just chose to admire her soul. 4. You inspire me to be better. This one is simple, direct, yet it hits like a wave. You inspire me to be better. Not, you're nice, not, you're fun, but you shift who I am. It's the highest compliment a man can give a woman, because it's not just about her, it's about how she transforms you. When she hears this, she doesn't just feel attractive, she feels influential, impactful. She knows she matters. Women crave this, not to be admired, but to be a catalyst for something deeper. She wants to feel like she's more than just another pretty face in your life. She wants to know she adds value to your existence. Say this when she challenges you, uplifts you, or reminds you of the kind of man you're becoming. Say it when she encourages your growth. And don't just say it, mean it. Look at her with that quiet seriousness and let it out. Being around you pushes me to be better, and I love that about you. That line, it's not romantic, it's transformative. Because the moment a woman feels like she's elevating your life, she won't want to stop. 5. You notice things that other people miss. That's rare. Most women are incredibly observant, but rarely praised for it. They pick up on subtleties, the emotions behind words, the discomfort others ignore, the mood shifts no one else sees. When you tell a woman you notice things that other people miss, you're speaking directly to her intuition, something she was likely never complimented on growing up, and this is why it works so well. It's not about praising her for being right or smart. It's about recognizing her sensitivity to the world, her ability to feel what others gloss over. This taps into her feminine energy. It tells her you see the way she sees. Psychologically, this lights her up because it places value on one of her core emotional strengths, empathy and awareness. When you admire her for that, she feels understood in a way most men never make her feel. Say this when she picks up on someone else's emotions before they speak. When she notices something thoughtful or subtle, lean in and say, "You know, you see what most people miss." That kind of awareness is rare, and honestly, it's beautiful. She'll feel seen, not just for her appearance, but for her depth. And trust me, the man who praises a woman's depth becomes unforgettable. 6. The way you express yourself is honestly beautiful. This one's powerful because it complements not just what she says, but how she says it. It's about admiring her communication, her passion, her emotional intelligence when she shares something meaningful. Most people feel insecure when they open up, so when you tell a woman that her expression, her voice, her truth, her words are beautiful, it gives her permission to be more of herself around you. It says, "I don't just hear you, I love hearing you." That creates safety, and safety creates emotional connection. Because women fall in love in safe spaces, spaces where their truth is not just tolerated but treasured. Say this when she shares a story close to her heart, when she gets animated, when she's raw. Look her in the eye and say, "The way you express yourself, it's honestly beautiful. I could listen to you all day." That moment, it'll stop her heart because instead of shrinking her truth, you honored it. This is attraction built on admiration, and that's the kind that sticks. 7. You bring out a side of me I really like. Let's flip the script. Most compliments are about her, but this one? It's about how you feel around her. And women love this because it shows emotional vulnerability and deep personal connection. When you tell a woman, "You bring out a side of me I really like," it says, "You affect me, you change me, and I love the man I become when I'm with you." That's powerful. Why? Because every woman wants to know that she's not just someone you like, but someone who brings out your greatness. It shifts the energy. She's no longer just being complimented. She's being told that she's impactful in the most personal way. And that draws her in emotionally. Fast. Say this when you find yourself more playful, more open, or more driven when she's around. Let her know. There's something about being around you. It brings out a really good side of me. I like that. She'll smile, but not just because it's sweet, because now she sees she has influence over your emotional state. That's magnetic. 8. You have no idea how rare your energy is. This one is pure emotional seduction. You have no idea how rare your energy is. It's mysterious. It's intimate. It makes her lean in. What do you mean? That's the point. Most women have heard "you're pretty" or "you're sexy." But how many times has someone admired the vibe she brings, the way her energy feels, the calming or electric effect she has on a space? That's the compliment that touches her essence. And when you admire a woman's essence, she feels something most men never make her feel, felt. Not just seen, not just wanted, but understood at a soul level. Say this when she walks into a room and lights it up. When you're with her and everything feels different. When you realize that her presence is affecting your peace, your mood, or your excitement. You don't even need to explain it. Just say, you know, your energy? It's rare. I don't even think you realize how unique it is. Let it hang there. Let the silence do the talking. She'll feel it in her chest. And chances are, she'll think about it for days. Because you didn't compliment something she puts on, you complimented what she is. These 8 compliments aren't pickup lines. They're doorways to emotional intimacy. They're not about getting her attention, they're about deserving it. Because any man can say she's pretty, but only a rare man makes her feel powerful, seen, and emotionally awakened. And here's the secret. When a woman feels emotionally seen, she chooses you. She obsesses over the man who speaks to her mind, her spirit, her energy, not just her looks. So don't just be another guy saying what every man says. Be the man who says what she's never heard, but always wanted to. Speak to her soul, and she'll never forget you.